This is the Furbo. So doggy security cameras do really seem to be the talking point of many, and the Furbo is just that. However, it packs a little secret inside it, as I'm sure you saw in the demonstration before the opening credits. The Furbo dog cam is, well, let's be honest, quite expensive at £225 off Amazon right now. However, I believe there are a lot of people out there who would be happy to pay this kind of money to look after their pets whilst they are away. So here is the Furbo box itself. We have Furbo on the top there. It's treat popping dog camera, and there's a cannon on the front here that fires out treats, which you must dump in the top here, and then it works its way down and poof, zooms out. We have cameras and light sensors and things built into it here, and there's a speaker at the top there so that you can have a conversation with your dog. Right, so on the side here it's got another example of how the treat pops out for dogums. And here we have the application running on an iPhone. Two-way talking is bragged here, which does seem to be a little bit of a selling point, I guess. Anyone who does this might have issues. So live high definition video streaming, 120-degree wide angle camera with HD quality and night vision built in, which is very handy. Interactive treat tossing, toss a treat to your dog anytime, anywhere. Very handy indeed. Two-way audio, built-in microphone and speaker. Barking alert, receives notifications from if your dog barks at something, which is a good security deterrent. Photos and videos can be captured and saved and shared on various social networks. Very handy. And then smart privacy. Automatically turn off the camera when you arrive home. So there's a bit of scheduling that goes in there as well. Very handy. On the back is a smooshy statement, which I'm not going to read out. You can read that yourself if you want to pause it. Then around here we have technical specifications, requirements, and what is to be expected in the box. It's compatible with Android and Apple, which is rather nice. I guess we'll just dig into it and see what else is inside. So it is nicely packaged, has to be said. These coffin-style boxes that open up and present the product to you are very nice, very enticing. And the unit itself is on the top here. We'll look at that later. We'll have a quick investigation of the box, see what else there is in here. Down the bottom we have a Ethernet. No, it's a micro USB to USB cable, quite long. We also have a Euro plug, which isn't terribly useful here in the UK. And at the very bottom we have a small manual or a quick start guide. So to the unit itself. Well, it's quite attractive. It blends in with my tables quite superbly. At the top here we have, well, the same stuff as what my table is made of. It's wood, at least it sort of kind of looks it. It's plastic all around the outside. Here you have the video camera plus the night vision LED and that kind of caper, microphone, speaker array. There's a lot of space so they can pack in a lot of goodies. Then this is actually where some of the other goodies come out. This is the cannon. Doesn't quite look like a cannon, but I guess it is, if you want to call it that. Considering what's inside it, there's actually quite a bit of weight to it. Just a camera and doggy treats. But down here at the bottom we have the charging area, which is the micro USB, and there's a reset switch there as well. And then we have basically just lines where the plastic has been fused together or clipped together. At the bottom we have some 3M tape to stick it down, and then in here we have a hole for possibly dislodging stuck bits, maybe, hopefully, possibly. And then the goodies go in the top here, but we actually have stuff inside, which I wasn't quite expecting. That's where you dump in some treats, and then it uses an old favourite mechanism to pick one out and shove it down the cannon to explode across the room into a happy doggy's mouth. Taking into account where the Mac symbol is there, there's not that much space, and this area here is where the cameras are. It is quite a big unit for two things inside it. This is the plug. They have thankfully put in a UK plug, and we'll get it plugged in. And as that happens, we have a little light at the bottom here that is purple, which probably means it's looking for a wireless connection or doesn't have a wireless connection. So to the app, which is the next important thing. The Furbo treat tossing dog has had 10,000 downloads so far and an average score of 3.6 out of 5. That's not too bad. It must be quite a popular platform if it's had 10,000 downloads so far. Mostly positive reviews aside from this one at the bottom, which is lagging and freezing and expensive product, junk software, which, okay. Perhaps your network isn't up to much. Right, okay, well, we'll install it, get it set up, and see what happens. Booting the software, we see that it's trying to find the Furbo via Bluetooth. And we get a little green light down under the Furbo logo. And we can give it over some Wi-Fi information so that it can log on to the internets. Okay, so it says here that the setup could take up to 3 to 5 minutes, so we'll just fast forward through it. Okay, so we've got a blue light turning on just under the Furbo logo at the bottom of it. That Tech Addicts does appear to be in the way. And we have the camera in operation. It's got a guide as to how to use it, which is very handy. That we just swipe our finger up to toss treats. Simple. And it doesn't actually work. It is just an overlay, and we need to get rid of it before we can actually do some tossing of treats at people. Or dogs. Sorry, we're going to be tossing treats at dogs. So straight up into the video camera we can see my fat tum. And the quality is actually quite nice. It's decent. There isn't too much lag. There's a bit, but it's actually really good. The HD camera here is pretty good. We have a couple of on-screen commands to interact with the video, and obviously the dog whenever it appears on the video. We can flip between portrait and landscape, so to speak, on the phone. And we've played with the doggy once today, which is this viewing. So I guess you can check and see if a couple of people have this installed, parents of dogs, then you can see if your wife or husband has checked in. You can set up the profile for your dog and hopefully have a couple of dogs. I wonder if it'll recognize them. Under settings, we don't really have anything too exciting. We've got an account and about and contact us information. Elsewhere on the application, we have a little help bubble up here for popular topics that you might be looking at, interested in to find out more information, or if you're having trouble with it, I guess. And then on the screen, over here we have some settings, and this is what we're looking for. So we've got Snacks Call, which isn't going to be particularly good on this because the more astute of you will have noticed that I'm post-recording the narration here as opposed to at the time, because my microphone decided to not work during the entire recording of this video, which is a frequent occurrence, and I need a new microphone. However, it is a feature that you can use their default one, or you can record your own, and of course I recorded something incredibly witty and intelligent. The Wi-Fi only option here allows you to record in HD, or you can stream in HD to your phone via 3G, or you can turn that off to go down to SD. Night vision is probably best set to auto. Barking alert is the sensitivity at which your dogs do bark, not barking notifications on your phone or anything like that. Elsewhere in the menu we have volume set to high, time zone settings, privacy modes, and reset Wi-Fi, and there's a training video as well for how to use the whole device, which is very handy. So here we have more audio options that allows us to speak to our dog and have two-way telecommunications with our furry friend. Then on this side we have a flipper between video and picture, and we can take a snapshot. We can record some video footage for sharing with family members and social networks alike, or possibly just if you suddenly realize there's a burglar in the house and that's what the dogs are perhaps barking at. So that's the Furbo, maybe a slightly expensive dog security camera feeding unit combination, but we'll put together a full review and get it up on the site in the next couple of weeks after I've had a chance to use it and see if the dogs respond to it. Let me know of any questions you might have in the comments box below, and I'll be sure to include them or address them in the review. Hit that subscribe button, turn on any notifications if you fancy, and other than that, take care.